What's poppin', cuties? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Andrewins back with another video, man. Today I'm going to be talking about honestly just the current state of NBA 2K23. We are currently halfway, a little more than halfway at this point through the year for 2K. 2K24 is quite literally 5 months away, which when you say that out loud is pretty ridiculous because we are in May now. Yeah, and 2K comes out around September time, early September, so we're literally 5 months away from 2K. Obviously we've had no news about it, which usually we don't because I like to make everything last minute for 2K. But halfway through the year, man, I just want to know, do y'all feel the same way about 2K23 that you did when you were playing 2K22? Because for me personally, halfway through the year in 2K22, I was having a lot of fun in the game. Like season 6 I think was one of the better seasons on 22. I thoroughly enjoyed playing it personally. Like that's just me. I know a lot of people also they think that 23 is better than 22, and at first I did as well, but I think as the year has progressed, honestly, content wise, bro, it's just been pretty booty, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's just been straight up ass, and it kind of sucks because, you know, I am a 2K player at heart. Like, it's something I love to play. I don't just play 2K and not have fun, I guess. Like, you know, I know people play 2K, especially people who try to do YouTube, and they just play and they feel like, oh, I gotta play. Like, no, I play because I want to play. And so that's why I don't play often, because when I want to play, it's very minimal, especially now because, you know, 2K is just in a state where it's super dry. This season was very underwhelming. Once again, the events are just not there. Like, the events just don't hit, man. They don't at all. They're not as fun as they used to be. I really don't like the idea of that big ass main event center. I think that thing is honestly stupid. I wish more events took place, and when you spawn into the city, it was just kind of all event themed, and then you'd go into a certain area of a park, and that is where, or maybe like a little doorway. But I don't know why the main event center is super laggy a lot of times. The matchmaking is very slow, and it's hit or miss. And it just doesn't feel as good, man. The camera angle is always different too. I don't know if anybody else peeps that when they play on a lot of these events. But yo, it's just been frustrating. That's why I don't post a lot, like, compared to what I want to post, because honestly, it's hard getting good gameplay, and I'm very strict on myself when it comes to getting good gameplay, like especially for 2K. I don't know why, but you know, I'm on TikTok and I see a bunch of people post, to me, pretty average clips, and people who play the same, they play meta, and I'm just like, yo, this is like boring. Like, I could do this, but it gets a lot of views. So I might start posting a little bit more, because I have a ton of clips that I just don't think are worth posting, because I like to get as solid of gameplay as possible. And there's a few times where I will have some funny moments where I'll just like airball a shot, or, you know, get some funny game, or we'll lose, and you hear me raging in the background. But stuff like that, to me, is funny. It's all content. But when it comes to actually showing you guys good gameplay, wanting to showcase a build or a jump shot, I want to make sure I have the best gameplay possible. And I've always felt that way about my gameplay. So for me, posting clips like that just kind of feels like, you know, I'm just getting it out there to get it out there, and I don't like doing that. I was gonna make a jump shot video today, and I still might, but at this point in time, man, 2K is just in such a rough state, event wise, and just content wise, man. I made that new build. I already have max badges on him, and now the game feels stale again. And I've made a new build, I think, what, 3 or 4 times. I made my 6 3-point guard, I have a 6 8-point guard, I have a 6 6-point guard, I made my center build, and I have this new 6 foot 8 point guard. So that is 5 builds that I've made, and that is in the span of 5 months, 6 months, and the game still feels stale. 5 builds. I can only imagine for the people who don't have the money to spend, who don't have the time to play the game like that, and they're over here trying to make, you know, anything, trying to have any sort of fun in this game, because after a while it just gets super boring, man. I've been playing Minecraft again, just trying to kill the time, because 2K has been so dead for the longest time. My friends don't want to get on. It's just frustrating. It's rough, but it is what it is, man. But for 2K22, it didn't feel that way. So I wanted to know what you guys thought. Do you guys think 2K22 is a better game than 23, or do you think 23 is better than 22? And it's funny because they're both such different games. And if you like 23, it's for the reasons that you hated 22. The biggest problem with 22 was that it was so easy to shoot. Like, people hated that. But at the same time, the casual player loved that, because you can make every single white. And it wasn't a big deal, because it was like, if you full barred, you knew it was going in. Like, if you straight arm the shot, which is basically like, if you release the shot, you time it well, but RNG won't give you a green, but your hand stays up, that was almost guaranteed to go in. Like, almost all the time it went in. Whereas in this game, you cannot white, and if you do and it goes in, it's like, oh my god, he just whited. But in the old 2Ks, it was like, oh man, I'm not surprised he made that. He was wide open. So for one game, it's super easy to shoot. One game, it's super hard. But in my opinion, I think 2K23 has the worst shooting system ever in any 2K. Like, this shooting system, I thought it was really good, because it was like, oh, it takes skill, you have to green your shots. And while that concept is good, the RNG in the game doesn't allow you literally to green every shot, even if you time it right. And there is like literally 15 different timings in this game. Like you have to know the timing for everything, and it's not possible because it's all random. You never know what kind of release you're gonna get, and it is incredibly infuriating because a game like this, you shouldn't have to deal with that. Like, so if you're moving off the dribble and you catch the ball, and if somebody's in front of you, that shot may or may not be faster, it may or may not be slower. You might get a contest, which means you have to let it go sooner. It's just like stuff like that is super confusing. If you're ISOing, you do the spin back. Sometimes, depending on how much stamina you have, it's going to be really fast. Depending on if the guy is within a certain amount of distance from you, it's going to be super slow. If you're off the catch and shoot, the jumper is super slow and it feels very delayed. If you're in the corner, it's faster. Like, there's just so many different ones, and I get it. It was to combat Zens, but we didn't have to deal with Zens in 2K22, and in 2K22, it was super easy to shoot. At least on next gen, I never dealt with a Zen. I don't know why they added right sticking in the first place. I still stand by that. Right stick should be honestly deleted and banned from every 2K. I don't know why they added it. It was a stupid idea. It clearly backfired because the year they added it is the year that is arguably the worst 2K of all time in 2K21, where everybody was just cheating, just hacking on current gen. All you had to do was use a Zen. You're guaranteed to white. And granted, like for me personally, I didn't hate them because the only way you can really cheat with the Zen is if you were wide open. So you have to dribble and get yourself open. So it still took a decent amount of skill, but shooting itself, once you were wide open, you can green every shot, and it was cheesy, it was corny. People were half courting using the right stick, and you could see the stick just like jamming out. I hated 2K21 is, in my opinion, 2K21 is the worst 2K of all time. I know 18 is the popular choice, but in my opinion personally, especially current gen 21 and even next gen was horrible. Both those games are so bad. Like, they are just horrible games. Some of the worst games I've ever played in my life. Quite literally, like some of the worst shit I've ever played. And this game, it's not like that. And they did a lot of things to try to fix that, but the game is so slow paced. Like 22, when you watch 22 gameplay and then you watch 23 gameplay, 22 is so ridiculously fast paced compared to this game. It's insane. Like, it almost doesn't look like 2K anymore. And it's kind of frustrating because, you know, they tried to take out the arcadey aspect of it, but then you make rim running super cheesy. Like, this year rim running is meta. Fading is still meta. Fading has been meta since 2K, man, probably 2K21, I think. Probably 2K21. That's how long that fading has been meta. I mean, fading was always very useful depending on the person who used it back in 20 and 19, but it took skill to fade away in those games. Even with the stretch big in 2K19, even with the 2K15 demigod 7-1 long arms Kevin Durant build, like, even with all that cheese, it took a lot of skill to fade. Like, fading was not something that everybody did. And also, fading in real life, you want to make the game realistic. Fading is one of the hardest shots you can take in a basketball game. Shout out Badge Plug. I know he talks about this all the time, but it's literally not the shot you want to go for. You want to get a wide open standing jumper. That's how it should be, which is why I love 2K19 so much. That's why I respect 2K20. I think 2K20 is overrated, but that's why I have so much respect and love for that game too, because when that game was out and we were all playing it, you know, like, when you were open and you shot that thing well, bro, like, even though that was the first game to introduce RNG, from 2K19, where every shot, if you took a shot in like 2K19 and you green the shot, you were gonna green the shot. You literally had to time it right, and that was all you had to do in that game. And they changed it in 2K20, and you could full bar, which would be a green, but because RNG exists in the game, you literally cannot green 100% of your shots. So it could be a white and you miss. Stuff like that is what makes some of these games super frustrating. But then they also made it to where it was like, oh, let's cater to the big, you know, to the classic big man and point guard, small point guard, big boy build. And then they overused that in 2K21, where everybody was running around with a 6'3" shot creating playmaker, or playmaking shot creator, whatever it was called. And all you have to do is run around screens and fade. That was the meta. And then 21 existed next gen, and they were like, yeah, let's make this overpowered demigod. You can get every badge you want. You make these super overpowered unlocked builds, no restrictions, and now you're gonna have a build that can do every single thing. You can play defense, you can dribble, you can shoot from half court, you can dunk on everybody. You were literally the god build, the demigod build that everybody wanted. We had, but it was overpowered and it was boring. And then you added a takeover that allowed you to fade from half court. I don't know if any of you have ever watched my old gameplays on 2K21, but if you got that shot creating takeover, bro, you were not missing. I could shoot from half court, no problem, and I'm greening every fade away I take. Like, that was the meta. And then in 22, fading was still meta. Jump shot 3, the super quick jumpers. Left right cheesing was super meta for a while until they patched it. So, you know, there's always going to be a meta in every 2K, but this year's meta is you either have to be a 6'1" point guard who can fade away and green every shot you take, and you have quick drops, which of course quick drops, another problem with 2K, which they just have to get rid of that dunk package. Quick drops off one of the most broken dunk in the game, and you fade everywhere. Or you're a 6'9" point guard, you can play lockdown defense, you can dribble just as good, you can shoot from anywhere, you can fade still, and you're dunking on everybody while being almost the center for your build as well. You're a lockdown and a sharpshooting and a playmaking shot creator at the same time. And it is just like rim running is the meta, or fading, and that's the two things you want to do. If you watch some of these comp games, nobody's trying to take a standing still shot, like literally nobody. Like that used to be something that was just to Ticino, where he would play, do fadeaways, post moves, weird hop shots. Like that shit was so unique. But now everybody just runs left, right, and you get a little screen, you get a little bit of space, and boom, you're using the Trae Young fade or the normal one fade, and it's boring to watch to me, and it's super stale. And it's another reason why this game has become stale. And if you watch my gameplay, you know I don't fade often. I rarely fade, and when I do, I'm fading for fun, because fading should be the shot that's not easy to make, but it is because of things like Agent 3, because of things like the way this game is set up to where you need to have that space, and fading gives you that, so it's super easy to time it. You could have an 86 3-pointer, and that is all you need to fade consistently and green on 2K23. And it honestly kind of sucks, man. So I know this was kind of a rant video. I really just wanted to talk about 2K23 and the problems with this game. The reason it's died, man, and it's the lack of content, man. Like honestly, I'm on the game right now, like just looking at the season events. And right now, looking at the season events, the Kia challenge, we get that every single season. And it's super slow, it's super boring to play. The court looks the same. The rewards are horrible. There's no leaderboards. Club 2K, which is every Friday, which isn't even double XP anymore. Now it's double badge progression, which I guess is cool, but nobody plays this. Double XP in the rec. So this is literally the best, in my opinion. This is the best event, and it's not even an event. It's just double XP. The rec double XP is the best because it's the highest chance you have, if you haven't hit 40 yet, to hit 40. Playoffs have landed. Celebrate the NBA playoffs. That's probably going to be a double XP event on May 18th, and then more Club 2K on Friday. Like it's the same exact events. Puma Mania doesn't happen every season anymore, which in my opinion is the best event of any 2K. Not any 2K, because you know there was a lot of good. Mobile 1 back in the day was fire, but like for this, even the Fire and Ice event from 2K22 on current gen, that was a great event. Like something like that is so unique, but for some reason they put it on the game that they're trying to get everybody off of. Stuff like that makes no sense. Like why would they do that? That's why this game is so backwards. And in terms of hitting 40, it's not even worth it at this point. Like you don't want to hit 40. Like I spoke about it last video when I reacted to this season. Why at level 32 am I getting a banner? What? At level 24, I'm getting pink diamond cards that are not usable, by the way, in my team. These are garbage pink diamond cards because I play my team. These are regular season pink diamond cards that are not good. You get one at level 34. Why do I need my team content if I'm playing Park? What's the point of playing Park if I'm going to get my team content? Like, what? The best thing here is the new core badge patterns at 39, which, I mean, if you hit the other one, then you don't really need this. You're going to have 2, and then what's the point of hitting Legend? You get 4, but you can only change, like, there was no point of hitting Legend. Because all you need really is 2 for every single, statistic. If you want to have 2 in shooting, then that's it. You don't need 4 because there's not enough badges that matter for it to be 4. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. And then they added a glider, another way of transportation throughout the city, which is super whack because we have so many ways of transportation in this game. The train station is the most effective compared to all of the things they added. They added the go-kart, they added the golf cart, they added what else they add? They added the hoverboard, I think. You have the roller skates, you have the jetpack, which is in this season as well, the jetpack, the carpet, the flying carpet. You have a bunch of things. So why do you need more of a travel item? It doesn't make sense. You get a bike, you get all these things that are forms of transportation, and then you get the teleportation thing, and you get a drone, the teleportation one, like, and they're all slower than just going on the train, taking the train to where you need to go and being there, because nobody is trying to move around the city, bro. Nobody. There's so much dead space in the city, and even though they made it way smaller and it is better than 2K22's city and 21's, there's still so much dead space, bro. Like, there's nothing to do. Like, I'm looking at the city, there's a whole portion in the bottom left like where the Vipers are. So as soon as you exit the mall, there's just a whole portion of just buildings and random NPCs that are walking by. Like what's the purpose of this? You made all this space, so what? Because it needs to flow with the map itself, because it needs to look aesthetically pleasing. Like, people don't care about that, especially in 2K. Nobody asked for Grand Theft Auto in 2K. That's not what we asked for. We asked for solid gameplay. I asked for things like dribbling to be good again, for shooting to be good again, and for the events in this game to be fun, man. Because I personally don't care about the content as much as other people do. I'm more of a gameplay kind of guy. If the gameplay is good, then I'm happy. Like, I want good gameplay. That's what I love about 2K. That's what I want to do, because guess what? At the end of the day, you're playing the game. So a game could have great content, kind of like Modern Warfare 2019, or what other game had really good content? World War II. Call of Duty World War II had amazing content halfway through the year, but the gameplay was so bad that nobody wanted to play it. So what does it matter? The content is not always the reason that people play the game. Now, if you have good content on top of good gameplay, it'll save you, you know, but this game has both that they're lackluster in, which is why this game is so underwhelming. It's why people don't play it, and it's why people complain that they miss the older 2K, the previous 2K. It's like that every year, and it's gotten progressively worse as time has passed on. So this game needs to do something. I know this is a long rant. Sorry, I just wanted to talk about this game, my thoughts on it so far, why I haven't been posting a lot compared to what I used to be. I'm going to be making a jump shot video still, because I did get a new jumper. I haven't posted in a while any jump shot videos, so maybe give you guys a final jump shot video, and then from here on I'm just going to be posting gameplays. I might post more COD again, because I've been playing that, and even that's kind of disappointing, but there's not much to play. I do still want to post Hogwarts as well, so I could be posting that too. But yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let me know honestly in the comments, man, what do you prefer? Do you prefer NBA 2K22? Or do you prefer NBA 2K23? Because for me personally, and now that we're halfway through the year, I mean, this game is done. Like, this game is in its full. They're not giving, you know, we're not going to get any more patches. They're not changing anything gameplay related. Like, this is what the game is. It's going to be like this for the rest of the year. And content only slows up as the seasons progress. At least that's what 2K usually does, because they're starting to focus completely on the new game. So content, kind of like how it did last year, will just start to fall off even harder. They might make next season might be the best season, season 7. They might add something really cool. Maybe they finally bring back the lion, or the tiger from like 2K16, and they allow you to ride it. And that's going to be like the highlight of the year. And the mascots still aren't back. We're 6 seasons in, no mascots. I feel like mascots should be in the game from season 3 on, to be honest. I don't know why they wait so long. But yeah, so we have to wait for that as well. And yeah, that's going to be it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, sub, all that good stuff, man. I'm actually about to hit 340 subscribers, so I appreciate all of you who subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'm going to catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace.